What's good, social media? It's your boy MG. Just had a little thought. So look, somebody asked me, Marty, did you ever have a time in your business when you failed? And I was like, nah, not really. There's really not really any times that I failed. But before I actually started my business, I was always an entrepreneur. Excuse me. Before I actually got an corporation. I've always been a hustler. I remember there was a time when I used to work when I was young, in my late teens, right before I worked at the post office actually. I used to go to a temp agency and they would get me jobs. So one of the jobs they got me, this how I knew that I was going to be somebody in life. One of the jobs they got me was working at Bloomingdale's. So I was all excited. I'm like, wow, I'm working at Bloomingdale's. So the day when I got assigned to go to Bloomingdale's, I asked my counselor, I said, when I go to work, do I have to dress up? Because, I'm thinking Bloomingdale's, right? They was like, nah, you don't have to dress up. It's just Bloomingdale's. So I'm like, everybody that works at Bloomingdale's dress up. Like, they wear nice clothes and stuff. I didn't really have any nice clothes, but they told me I didn't have to dress up. So I went to work with jeans and blah, 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 whatever I had on, t-shirt and stuff. So when I got on the train, I followed the directions of where I was supposed to go. And when I got there, it was a big warehouse. And I was like, this is Bloomingdale's? Wow. So I went in the building. It's a big warehouse. Inside the warehouse was all the stuff that Bloomingdale's had housed. And they took the stuff from the warehouse and brought it to the stores. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do here? It was actually right before Christmas. I think it was right after Thanksgiving when I started. So when I got inside, the guy tells me, he's like, listen, come with me, follow me. So I follow him, we go upstairs, and when he opened the door, it was this room. And inside this room, it was all these boxes inside of there. So he was like, go get one of the boxes and bring it to your desk. I was like, that's my desk? He was like, yeah, that's your desk. Brought the box to the desk. Go get one of those boxes. Brought the box to the desk. Go get one of those boxes. Brought the box to the desk. So now I got these boxes on my desk. So open the boxes. Inside of all the boxes were, check this out. It was, the perfume samples that are like this, that they give you when you go to Bloomingdale's and Macy's? It was like thousands of those, of different brands. Givenchy, Calvin Klein, all different types of perfume and colognes and stuff. And I was like, wow. So my job was, I was supposed to take all of the different samples, 5 of different samples, and I had to wrap them in tissue paper and tape the tissue paper because Bloomingdale's were giving them out for the holiday as sample packs to the customers. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So that was cool. I appreciate it. It was a decent job. Now here's where my creativity kicked in. So as I kept packaging the samples and putting them in the tissue paper, at the end of the day, my 8-hour shift, I noticed that myself and a lot of other people that were doing the same thing with me, most of the bottles were falling out of the cards that they came into, and they would fall on the floor. So we didn't pick them up. We just put new ones in the packet and we would wrap it and then put the tape on it. So at the end of the day, you had all these bottles of the little fragrance samples on the floor. And I never paid attention to it until one day I got an epiphany. And I said to myself, I wonder what they do with those bottles at the end of the day. So I go and I asked my boss, I said, what do you guys do with the bottles at the end of the day that fall on the floor? And he was like, we sweep them up and throw them in the garbage. I was like, ding, 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 ding. Light bulb went off on my head. I was like, okay. So I said, thank you. And I left. The next day I came to work, I looked for the custodian, because obviously he don't sweep it up, the custodian does. I found the custodian and I made a deal with him. I said, can you do me a favor? If I give you $20 every day, can you sweep up all the samples and just put them in a bag for me so that I could take them? He was like, sure. So at the end of every day, I gave him $20 and he gave me literally a big shopping bag full of all these different perfume samples. Now, me being who I am, I took those samples back to the hood, and I was selling those little samples $5 for $1. I would go into the precincts, the supermarkets, the barbershops, grocery stores. I went everywhere with these little perfume samples, and I was selling them $5 for $1. And I would make almost $100 a day, way more than what I was making working at that place. But because the place was so valuable to me, I had to stay there because I needed those perfume samples in order to make money. So I stayed there from November all the way to Christmas. When Christmas was over, my job was completed and they let me go, and I had to get another job with the temp agency. But I cannot tell you how many thousands of dollars I made working at that place just because I had an idea to take those samples that fell on the floor and sell them $5 for $1 when they were throwing them away anyway. So my encouragement to you is look around, look at your environment, see what's going on in your environment, because I'm quite sure that it's something that's going on in your environment that you can profit from, all right? Remember, every problem needs a solution, and every solution for a problem is a business, okay? Always remember that. Every problem needs a solution, and every solution for that problem is a business, a legitimate business. All right, love you guys. God bless you.